Thanks for tuning in. Today, lucky guest is, or I guess I'm lucky to have him on this podcast. Nate Hofmannn has been a really good, solid dude in my life. He was once a totus tuus counselor for me, and that just like grew into this great relationship. He's my confirmation sponsor. He does an all right job at that. But other than that, yeah, super excited to have him. He's currently in Manhattan right now. He's doing some stuff, whatever he does. Maybe we'll get into it. But yeah, let's let him join us.
I'm doing well, brother.
Gosh, I like this beard going on. Man,
Thanks.
I haven't seen that in a while.
My beard or my face?
Sorry about that. Well, both your beard and face.
They go connected usually.
So Max just showed up.
Oh,
Right
doctor. Speaking of, oh my gosh, did you see that guy?
Yeah, he is. He's rocking the bro tank right now, and it's very intimidating.
And it looks like he doesn't often, or at least doesn't often do it outside.
Yeah, that's a bottle of Old Crow whiskey.
Oh, nice.
I'm not that rich. Can't have Crown laying around.
Not that rich yet. Wait till that stimulus check arrives.
Yeah, it's the first thing I'm gonna buy.
You get some Crown, yeah.
My buddy just received his.
Yeah, I guess today is the day that a lot of people have started to receive.
Really?
theirs.
Do they do alphabetical order on those things? Kind of like school.
I think it's a lot like school, yeah. That's my understanding. It depends on what your ACT scores too. So they'll go from the top down.
Oh. Dang it. I will be.
By 2025, we're gonna receive like, some good amounts.
Oh man! Just at the end of this depression or whatever we're gonna get, that's when we're gonna receive ours.
When America's finally bouncing back, we're gonna be flush with cash. Yeah. I think about this a lot. If you go back to like the 1950s or something and bring a Chipotle burrito, it would feed a family of 8. They'd be like, this is more food than we've seen in one place. This is Thanksgiving for our whole extended family. And we just scarf it down like it's nothing.
It's not, and then I'm always in pain by the like halfway through, but I'm like, gotta finish it.
Well, I hate leftovers, especially small amounts of leftovers. I like a leftover that is a meal, but I hate a leftover that's like, what am I going to do with 6 bites of Chipotle?
Are you still dating?
You want proof? I'll give it to you.
I do want proof.
She sent me a lock of her hair in the mail. It's beautiful.
I wasn't
This is unsolicited. This is unprompted. I just opened the mail. No note, nothing besides a bag full of hair.
No, legitimately?
Yeah.
That was from her?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I like this girl. I haven't even met her.
She's great. She's unbelievable.
I'm sorry. That's awesome. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, going well, I would say. If someone's cutting off parts of their body and sending them to you in the mail, I think your relationship's in a good place. So,
she likes.
How about you?
She likes you to say that. Well, I have not received any hair.
That doesn't mean anything. You're probably doing fine.
Yeah. Not received any hair. But every time she comes over, there's just hair everywhere. I don't know. Like, she just sheds.
Well, does she do the thing that every girl does this? They'll take part of their hair or find some on their shirt and then just drop it on the floor.
Yeah. It's like
a barbarian.
Set that wherever.
It's garbage. What you're doing is just putting garbage onto the floor. And every single girl I've been at, they've done it in my car. I have to live with that. You're going to get out, but that hair is going to stay.
Just clean it up for me, please.
Yeah, put it in your pocket, throw it away. Like, what would you do if you have a gum wrapper? You wouldn't just put it in your mouth and just drop it on wherever you happen to be. You would throw it away.
And it's like, how do they just get immediately disgusted the second and detach from her? She's like,
Ugh,
ugh.
get it away from me. Get it away. I I don't know. I don't understand.
No, no.
Girls, man, they're just gross. Not every girl.
So what does your day-to-day look like right now?
Well, I work for the church, and we are a necessary business, so we're not shut down.
No big deal.
Yeah, that's right.
No big deal.
That's right. So the backbone of society, a lot of people are calling us.
You individually. That's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
That was my nickname actually in high school. So, my day to day. You mean like at work, before work, after work?
Are you working from home?
I was for a while, but I work in a building in a floor basically by myself. My computer's there, my printer's there.
That's nice.
So a lot of times, or for the first couple of weeks, I would stay home most of the time, and in reality, I would just watch Barry in succession and go work out, and then make a big lunch, and then send some emails, and then take a nap, and then working from home is hard. So I started just going in.
Yeah.
Like today, I was in all day.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know stinking lucky to have a job right now. You know what I mean?
Amen.
A lot of I'm just couldn't be more blessed. And especially like our church does the live stream thing, and I help film that with so I've been able to go to masses.
What
I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying my job forces me to go to these masses. And yeah, it was amazing. Like Triduum, Easter Vigil, we did all the readings. And I got to sit there for the most part. It is like I'm behind like a switchboard thing, and I'm switching mics and things like that. So you're like not exactly sitting there praying, I suppose, but
right.
It is really cool to be able to go. And again, another reason I'm really blessed right now, because I know a lot of people are wishing they could be at a church and in mass. So
wow. So have you had to live stream at all? Like, watch one from your house?
I did 2 Sunday masses from home, and because originally we had like an iPhone set up at our church, where the priests, my brother, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Would set up the iPhone, start live stream, and then just go. And they didn't need anyone else. But we got some equipment, so we have 2 cameras now, and like a audio switchboard and a mic for the choir and things like that. So
right on. Damn. Yeah. Live streaming mass is just one of the worst things ever.
How do you do it? Because my 2 experiences were not good experiences.
The first time, okay, so I'll be honest. Live streaming mass, it's just tough. So I go on to YouTube, and I usually just scroll through until I find about a 30-minute mass. And then pull that up. I have a TV right here. And so I just pull it up on the TV, and I roll my yoga mat out. And the good thing is I don't follow along with like the standing up, sitting down stuff. I could be convinced otherwise, but like right now, what's really nice is I can just like lay down the yoga mat and sit, and then I feel like I can pray more, maybe. Like it's a weird, like I don't like just not being there, and I'm missing like the community aspect, and then not being able to receive is just terrible. Like it's just annoying. Um, but like being able to just sit down and just like most of the time I'll even just close my eyes and just listen, and I feel like I'm like, oh, I've never paid attention so much to like and been in like a prayerful state for so long during a mass, because usually I'm like looking around and stuff, it's easy
Right.
to get distracted.
That is true. The people aren't distracting you. It's just you and like you're staring at the thing. One of my masses that I live streamed, I literally woke up at 9:30 and turned it on and watched the 9:30 mass. So there was no preparation or anything. I was still like stretching and everything. And then the other one, I like drank coffee all morning, and I don't think I had any during the mass, but I definitely had the coffee on my table next to the computer, and it was definitely like a temptation for me.
Yeah.
And I think I folded my clothes during the mass. And I know some people, like I know some of my friends have been doing a pretty good job of dressing up, putting their shoes on, and doing the whole nine, like they're really there, which I think is important. But yeah, I think so. I probably would have gotten better at it. You get better at anything that you do.
Right.
But I'm glad that I get to go.
Yeah. Right on.
And then, yes, sir. The yoga mat. I'm not surprised at all, Patrick, that you have a yoga mat.
It's one of my favorite things ever, but it's falling apart. So is Marilyn's yoga mat. And now so now it's falling apart, and it's very annoying. So every time I roll it out and I pick it back up, it just leaves pieces everywhere. And it's a pink yoga mat, like pink orange or pink purple kind of yoga mat. So it's just, I have to sweep like every time I roll it out. And then I have to pick up like a pound of Noelle's hair and the yoga mat pieces every time.
The mess never ends.
And then my day can start an hour later. Yeah. So
taking your life away. Yoga mat. You should find a used one. Now is a good time to shop for used yoga mats, I think.
Yeah. No, I saw one on Facebook, and I sent is this still available? Because it was really cool. It had like a tree and like design. And I sent it, and the girl was like, yeah, and it was $3. And I was like, boom, I'm going to get it right now. And she sent yes. And then within 30 seconds, she goes, I literally just sold it. Sorry. I was like, what? Like, how did that happen within 30 seconds?
She must have got a good deal.
Yeah.
Wow. Facebook Marketplace. Never have I ever.
Oh, it's a place to go. Literally the best place to go. Okay, so you are first question for you. So get nervous. Not the first question.
My gosh.
So no, I'll keep some of that part in front. But
okay.
What I've been asking is like what drives you? What is it that you like, why do you do the things you do? And why do you find it like necessary? Especially I think it's fascinating to have people explain like, why do you go to mass? Why do you drink coffee in the morning? Why do you do these like very simple things? Like what's the driving force in this?
I think the reason why I do things I do, and I think the reason most people do anything that they do is because I love the things that I do, or I love some aspects of the things that I do. Yeah, I started going to mass because I loved my parents, and they made me go to mass. I had to go to mass. But obviously I don't have to anymore, and there's There's a real love there, a real feeling of belonging, first of all. So I love that aspect of being in a church that is universal, and the community, and then the sights, the sounds, the feel. I love that it's such an earthy church, a textural church. But to me, it's the same reason that we read our breviary in the morning. We have love for the words, we have love for the person, and that's why I go to mass. I suppose I love all of that stuff. And then coffee. I love drinking coffee. But here, I do think people do the things that they love. Whether they love, like they go to their job, they may not love the job, but they do in some way love what they get out of the job, whether that's the money or the feeling of power or whatever, or they're addicted to like this feeling of they have to keep working for whatever reason. Even the sins that we do, I think we do because we love some aspect of them.
Amen.
So,
yeah, that's
my answer, Patrick, to your
outrageous
of questions.
Outrageous question. Right on. I think that's it's a super vague question, but it's a question that I really, really enjoy asking people. Mostly probably because I've been asked, like, just challenged with that stuff. And so I'm just like, yikes. What if you just like, if I just put people on the spot to like answer that, it doesn't matter what they say, like right then and there, but I think it would give you like a prompt to just like look deeper into it too. But
yeah, and you know, I don't think it's always you know, I don't know, maybe love isn't always the right word. I wish it was, but I think there might be a, like I desire, I want my answer to be that I love going to mass, but I also am attached to the well, there's like a certain fear of like, what if I stopped? I don't want to. I'm scared of that, and I don't want to do that. So I love the feeling of not. I love the feeling of going, partly because I don't want to stop going, and that's less pure. But
that's so real, though.
Yeah. But even that is almost a legitimate thing to fear. Of course, we should. The same as like, we don't want to feel the feeling of not eating or drinking, or even like something extra like working out. Like I don't stop working out because I don't want to feel like if I stop working out for 2 months, I know I would feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm not looking like you, Patrick. And like, I've been there. I don't want to go back.
I know. It's rough. It's a tough place to be for me right now. Yeah, that's so real. That's something. I'm really glad you brought that up, because I experienced that a lot when I, especially after like multiple times of just falling over and over again, and just being like, why do I do it? Why do I still like believe this thing that right now all I can say is it's bringing me shame and guilt? And it's like, if I didn't believe in any of this, I wouldn't have guilt right now for doing this thing. And it's like, why? And then I'll sit down with that, and it always comes back to being like, oh, that like shivers of like, what if I didn't believe in that? Like, what if Christ really isn't real and isn't a guy, like a person in my life? Then where am I going? And it scares the crap out of me. And I'm just like, and that's what it is. And then Peter's saying of like, well, where else would we go? Like, to whom should we go? And that's like so real and so relevant. It's like, you're right.
Yeah. Who else are we? What else am I going to do? Even though I'm not we're not always there. It's like, this is the best thing to do. We know that. And I think that shame that we feel, I don't know. Let me ask, do you like shame? Is shame a positive thing for you?
No, no. Guilt, definitely there's a difference between guilt and shame.
Right.
Shame is not, shame is a no-go, but guilt is more of a, guilt. I see guilt as like as a healthy thing, which I just released a video about. I don't know if you check my YouTube or what, but
I haven't I've been so busy, Patrick. You
oh,
have to understand.
yikes, ouch.
So busy, so busy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
Listen, you Gen Z kids in your YouTube. I'm old. I don't YouTube. I'm 27 years old. I have an HBO account. Listen, I'm not out here YouTubing.
Watching full episodes of stuff, okay? I don't want a
Yeah.
14-minute tease.
I'm in for 60 minutes or nothing. That's it. But dude, yeah, I totally agree. Like, shame is a disordered version of guilt, I think. Shame is like when you live in guilt for too long. But I'm happy that I do feel guilty about things, because, like you said, it shows that we believe in something bigger, and it, like, good guilt points to things that we can correct, and things that we know are wrong. It's all about not living there, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so one, I want to know, I think we are kind of alike on this, like, well, especially with like morning prayer and stuff, and trying to find like a good routine for ourselves. I don't know. I feel like I've talked to you about, like, you had, for when you first moved to Manhattan, you had like a solid morning routine of food. Like, I remember that. You're like, yeah, I just eat this every day. But is there one thing, and I don't want something that you're, yeah, I'm trying to do this, or yeah, for the last month I've been doing this. Is there something like that you have just done for like pretty much as long as you can remember, like that you just do that keeps you steady, keeps you sane, like it's just in your day that you just like, yeah, maybe that's a little bit different. Maybe other people don't do that, but that's something that I just do every day.
Interesting. For as long as I can remember.
Well, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be that, but I just don't want something like, yeah, I've been trying to meditate for an hour a day. I've only done it for the last week.
I did it yesterday, and I've been trying to do it. So
yeah, so I'm pretty.
All right, I think the most accurate answer, that's been in my life the longest, is that I read almost every single day. Definitely every day. Actually, I read, either in the morning or over lunch, or when I get home from work, or when I'm going to bed. I always find time for it. I get annoyed when people try to talk to me when I'm eating and I have a book in front of me. I love to read, and I always have a book going, usually two, usually the same book that I've read. Like right now, I'm almost finished with The Lord of the Rings for the probably 40th time. I love that book. I've got another book going that I would recommend to you, Patrick. It's called Theology and Sanity. It's like a rational walkthrough of the whole faith, from creation to Trinity to why Jesus came. It's just like a logical, rational taking that viewpoint from it. So I do think you should read it.
Whoa.
But yeah, I love to read. I read. It's been since I was a kid.
Right on. And so mostly like just a book every single day, or do you like spread that out with, yeah, I'll read a few articles on my phone, or like, or is it just legitimately like, yeah, I always have a book and I always read that?
It's a book. I don't have internet on my phone, or articles, or I don't have any of that.
Gosh.
I'm 27, Patrick.
I hear you saying that, and I'm also hearing you say, you're only 5 years older than me.
I can't believe, what are you doing with phones, reading phones? My eyes can't see that small a text. I wear large print books.
My glasses are this thick, okay?
They're on the bridge of my nose, and that's all the only way. No, I don't. There'd be nothing wrong if I wish I could. I just don't right now have that set up. It would be cool, but I don't. I do get it. Here's another recommendation. The other thing that I like as much as reading books is I like recommending things, and here's one for you. The morning brew email, every morning it comes in. It is a 5 or 8 minute read, maybe a 30-minute read for you, Patrick. And it
how dare you?
It's like a rundown of all the major news stories. So keeps you updated. Keeps me updated because I don't have a Twitter. That's for you young kids. I don't have like any other means of receiving the news.
I do appreciate that a lot. I do. I think that could be a whole nother thing. We're not going to get into that, but if you wanted to jump on the podcast again, I would like to talk about your lack of social media / internet in general. You still don't have Wi-Fi, or do you?
I do, since I've moved. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. I'm on
I just figured you were using your data for me.
Streaming. No, I would if I. Yeah, next time I like having no Wi-Fi. It's a good life.
Yeah, and it helps with reading, I would imagine. I feel like if I had no Wi-Fi, I would limit my time on the screen. I'd get what I needed done, and then I'd leave the screen. Sure.
Yeah, or you do it at work or at a library or something. But like if you go to a library to work, you're not going to waste a ton of time, right? Because you're right next to a homeless person.
Right.
He's creeping you out, and you got to get going. You know?
Right. I hear that. Dude, super weird today. Not weird. So Noelle and I were driving around. We just got done disc golfing.
Oh, sure.
Pretty solid.
What'd you throw?
I threw a 2 under, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
I've been playing way too much.
That's awesome.
But we were driving and we saw this guy who just like, I think he was in his like 70s, and he had his book bag in his suitcase, and he was walking. He had this like hunchback, like hardcore like this, and he was just walking next to the road in this place that I would never imagine anybody walking. I was like, what's that guy doing? And so we drove past him, and we were both like questioning, and then drove past him again coming back, and he was just barely sitting down on a bench, just looked so tired. And Noelle was like, should we ask him if he needs a ride or something? So we drive him up to Park City because he's in Wichita, Kansas, going to Nebraska. And I forget where in Nebraska. But I'm like, you're 75, dude. Like, your hitchhiking days are over. You need to not. And
no way.
He legitimately, so he was some denomination, and he was like, yeah, God gave me a dream, and it happened twice in a row, and he wanted me in Wichita, so I hitchhiked here, and now I'm going back. I was like, what? It was so unreal. But anyways, like he gave me like this paper, like when you meet those people, they just talk and talk and talk and talk, and you feel like they're trying to get every single word out while their time with you is in. And it's like, dude, just take a breath. Come on. He would literally go like he would talk, and then you go, and then you'd go again. And it was awesome. But like,
wait, he was a Christian denomination?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to like be like, so which denomination are you? I'm Catholic. Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do anything like that, but I just like listen to him, and that's what I kind of picked up.
Okay. Wow. Holy faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
A dream twice in a row.
Yeah, and then he's just heading back to Nebraska. And
Have
he
you
was
ever
saying,
hitchhiked?
I have never. I'm a little nervous to do it, mostly because isn't it illegal now?
In the coronavirus atmosphere, surely.
Yeah, but I
Um,
thought it was legitimately like illegal to do it in some states.
I have no idea. I have given people rides before, but I've never
Never
hitchhiked.
tried. I would love to. I think I could get. I should try to Manhattan, but I think that might be a little easy because I'll just like I would probably see a college student
You would
driving
see
up there and someone I know.
you would see a friend of yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard a great joke. I can't remember where I saw this, but it was someone picked up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker gets in the car and says like, "Wow, thanks for picking me up. How did you know I wasn't a serial killer?" And the driver says, "What are the odds of two serial killers being in the same car?"
That is a good joke, but also
I like
super
that
scary.
joke. I like that
And
joke.
that's those kind of jokes are the reason I don't hitchhike.
Yeah, it's probably a good reason. Yeah.
Most people are afraid of the hitchhiker, but I know my
Yeah,
luck. I know my luck. I would have someone just a psycho pick me up, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
and there's some crazy people on the roads, man.
yeah, yeah. So, all right, to wrap up, what is one thing that you've been doing or slash you've heard slash read slash your brother said it in a homily slash anything that has hit you in the last like day, 2 days, week that's just kind of like on your mind?
Um, well, the on Good Friday, um, we heard a lot about Jesus. You're familiar, and he's there in the garden, and he says, "Take this cup from me, but not my will, but your will." You know, we've heard the story before.
Once or twice.
Um, but the takeaway from this particular homily was the obedience, the submissive will of saying like, "This is what I want, but I don't need to do that thing." I think that I've been thinking about that a lot in the last 5 days. That being submissive in your will is not a weakness. We saw our Lord do it, and it was one of the strongest things he ever did. I think we just live in a world where anytime you don't do exactly what you want to do, you are the loser in the situation. You are the one who, you didn't get your way, so you're worse off. But
Good. Yeah.
being obedient and being, submitting your will to whatever higher power it is, that's actually a strength and a virtue. And I think about it, especially in terms of what just obviously this environment, it's on everyone's mind. But I don't know exactly what's going on. I hear all these things, mostly from the Daily Brew, but I do have information that my government says stay at home. It'll help. Help stop the spread. And that's all the information I have. I don't have any other authority telling me to do anything. So
Yeah.
the virtue is being obedient, even if it's whatever crazy or annoying. All I have is that obedience. So that's I've just been reflecting on that a lot, and looking at our situation that way is that's what's been on my mind.
That's awesome. Right on. Right on. I appreciate it. All right. That's the wrap up of this one. Of again another podcast that went way over time, but I feel like I should just move the time back and not tell people to expect a 20-minute video conversation.
It's supposed to be 20 minutes.
Well, when I was first like thinking about it, I was like, I'm gonna do podcasts that I really like listening to, and that's like 10 to 15 minutes, like get to the point, do it. But usually they're pretty good conversations. So
Usually, sorry to disappoint. You forgot about your sponsors, Patrick. This episode brought to you by the Knights of the Holy Queen.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I don't have my ring currently.
That's messed up, Patrick.
Yeah, I let a knight borrow it for some reason. Oh yeah, because the guy that makes the rings didn't. He quit or something. I don't know. And so I gave the ring to a guy to find someone who will make the ring for us. So it's a noble cause.
A noble cause. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But also, like, I broke my right ring finger. And I say that, I don't know if I actually did, but it doesn't fit. The ring
really
does not fit on the finger anymore because I jammed it so bad.
Oh, wow.
Well, how did I do it?
Hooping. Who am I kidding?
Duh.
Dunked a little too hard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. I'm sore. Oh, yep.
My brother walks into my office yesterday, and he's doing this. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, dude, I did 40 push-ups yesterday."
Oh man.
He's really It's so funny.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling it.
Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Those home workouts.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I put this mic right here. I'm not recording on this mic. I just put it here because I'm more comfortable. Like, look how weird it would be. Like if I was just standing. Like
I hate that. I hate that.
I got a distance from the desk, and so I'm just standing at a weird angle. So like,
are you standing also? Why are you standing?
Well, because I really like the frame of this picture right now. And so I literally have my desk on or my laptop on a basket on my desk. So it's more straight at me and stuff.
It's a great frame.
I just pay attention to the frame a lot. I have two lights.
How's my frame? I should have been leaning to the side or something so you could see my stuff.
Yeah, so you'd see all the books you read and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, these books? Yeah.
Oh.
Those are my books.
Oh.
Oh, at that? Yeah, those are my. Oh, this guy? Yeah, it's Jesus. It's not.
Oh, this guy right here?
Over there, or?
Oh.
Dude, I did 40 push-ups yesterday.